In today's lecture, we venture into one of the most iconic and thought-provoking metaphors in Western philosophy, Plato's Allegory of the Cave. Found in Book 7 of the Republic, this allegory encapsulates profound themes about knowledge, perception, and the nature of reality that continue to resonate across centuries. Our task is to unpack the symbolism of the cave and explore its implications for both ancient and contemporary understandings of truth, human perception, and wisdom. Before we delve into the heart of the allegory, it's essential to ground ourselves in Plato's metaphysical framework, especially his theory of the forms. I highly recommend reading the Republic in full and the critical sections from Apology, Phaedo, and Timaeus. Engaging directly with these texts will allow you to grasp the allegory in its proper philosophical context. Without this background, the metaphor might lose some depth and subtlety. We will also reference works from St. Augustine's Confessions and Alfred North Whitehead's Process and Reality, as both thinkers provide insight into the lasting influence of Plato's philosophy. I understand this is a considerable reading commitment, but as I've mentioned before, immersing yourself in these primary sources will enrich your understanding beyond what we cover in these lectures. For those eager to deepen their knowledge, Plato's dialogues are an invaluable resource that will guide you on your philosophical journey. Plato Reimagined, the accompanying commentary book, provides further insights and endnotes that will be useful in unpacking these complex ideas. For our more advanced learners, I encourage you to take advantage of our extended tools and resources, personal discussions, or utilizing AI tools to integrate these philosophical ideas into your work. With this preparation in mind, let us explore the cave and question, what is reality and how do we perceive it?
Lecture 11, The Allegory of the Cave, Understanding Perception and Reality. Today, we embark on a journey through one of the most profound and enduring metaphors in Western philosophy, Plato's Allegory of the Cave, found in Book 7 of the Republic. This allegory has shaped centuries of thought on knowledge, truth, and human perception. We will analyze the symbolism of the cave and reflect on its implications for both ancient and modern understandings of perception, reality, and the pursuit of wisdom. To understand Plato's allegory, we must first place it within the context of his broader metaphysical framework, particularly his theory of the forms. The allegory provides a narrative form to express complex ideas, engaging audiences both intellectually and emotionally. Setting the stage, the cave as a metaphor for human ignorance. The allegory begins with a group of prisoners chained inside a dark cave, facing a blank wall. Behind them, a fire casts shadows on the wall, created by objects being moved between the fire and the prisoners. The prisoners, having been in the cave all their lives, mistake these shadows for reality. Republic 514a, 515a. Plato here introduces a stark distinction between appearance and reality. The prisoners represent the majority of people who live in ignorance, perceiving only shadows, mere representations of true forms, rather than the actual objects themselves. Republic 515c. In this scenario, the shadows are akin to the sensory world, the empirical reality we perceive with our senses, which Plato argues is deceptive and ever-changing. The objects that cast the shadows symbolize the forms, which are unchanging and perfect. Republic 516b. Plato's epistemology urges us to look beyond sensory experience and seek knowledge of the forms through reason and intellect. The prisoner's condition symbolizes human ignorance. People who trust only in their senses are trapped in the cave, unaware of the true nature of reality. Plato contends that the sensory world is unreliable and constantly shifting, making it an unstable source of knowledge. The world outside the cave, by contrast, represents the realm of being, where truth and knowledge reside. Republic 516c. The journey of the philosopher, from darkness to light. One of the prisoners is freed and ascends from the cave into the light of the sun. Initially, he is blinded by the brightness and struggles to comprehend the new reality before him. However, as his eyes adjust, he begins to perceive the world as it truly is. Republic 515c, 516a. This ascension from darkness to light symbolizes the philosopher's journey from ignorance to knowledge. The philosopher, in Plato's view, is someone who moves beyond the world of appearances and seeks the higher truths of existence. This is not an easy process, as it requires both intellectual rigor and the courage to question deeply held beliefs. The freed prisoner's gradual adjustment to the light represents the philosopher's need to slowly grasp the forms, moving from imperfect knowledge to complete understanding. Republic 5:18b. Education, in Plato's philosophy, is not merely about acquiring information, it is about transforming the soul. Plato believes that the soul must be turned away from the shadows of ignorance toward the light of truth. Republic 5:18c. The ultimate goal of education, according to Plato, is to achieve an understanding of the form of the good, symbolized by the sun in the Allegory. Republic 5:17b. The sun, in Plato's Allegory, serves as the source of all light and life, just as the form of the good is the source of all truth and knowledge. Republic 508e 509a. Without understanding the good, one cannot fully comprehend any other form. For Plato, the philosopher's ultimate task is to grasp the nature of the good and use this knowledge to guide others out of the cave of ignorance. Republic 519b 59c. The role of the philosopher king. One of the most significant aspects of the allegory is the philosopher's responsibility to return to the cave and help guide others toward the light. Plato recognizes that this return will likely be met with resistance from those who remain chained in ignorance. Republic 5:17a 5:18a. In Plato's ideal society, the philosopher king is someone who has seen the truth and uses this knowledge to benefit others. The philosopher king does not seek power for personal gain, but out of a sense of duty to lead others toward knowledge. Republic 5:19c. For Plato, the masses, being trapped in ignorance, are not fit to govern themselves. They require the guidance of a philosopher who has knowledge of the good. Republic 5:20a. This part of the allegory highlights Plato's skepticism about democracy. He believed that only those who have seen the truth are fit to rule, a belief that has sparked debate among scholars, some of whom view this idea as elitist. Republic 520 CD. Nevertheless, Plato's allegory raises critical questions about leadership, the nature of authority, and the role of knowledge in governance. The allegory's relevance. Today, the struggle for truth in a world of illusion. Though written over 2 millennia ago, the allegory's themes are remarkably relevant to our modern world. In an age dominated by information, much of it misleading, the challenge of distinguishing between appearance and reality remains ever present. The shadows on the wall can be interpreted as a metaphor for the superficial representations of reality that we encounter in modern media. Republic 5:17c. Just as the prisoners in the cave mistake shadows for reality, we too can be misled by the illusions of the digital world. Plato's allegory reminds us that true knowledge requires more than passively accepting information. It demands active questioning and critical thinking. Republic 5:18 BC. Furthermore, the allegory speaks to the psychological challenge of confronting difficult truths. When the freed prisoner is first exposed to the light, he is overwhelmed and disoriented. Republic 5:15d. In a similar way, confronting uncomfortable truths can be psychologically jarring, yet it is essential for personal and intellectual growth. The forms and the good, beyond the cave. Plato's allegory is also deeply connected to his theory of the forms. In the Republic, he distinguishes between the visible world, perceived through the senses, and the intelligible world, understood through reason. The visible world, represented by the cave, is a world of appearances, while the intelligible world, represented by the world outside the cave, is a world of reality. Republic 509d 511e. For Plato, the forms are the ultimate reality, while the physical world is merely a shadow or reflection of the forms. The cave thus symbolizes the visible world, where people are trapped by their sensory perceptions, and the outside world symbolizes the intelligible world of the forms. Republic 511d. The form of the good is the highest of all the forms, and it is only by understanding the good that one can fully understand any other aspect of reality. Republic 509b 511e. The sun in the allegory represents the good, illuminating everything and making knowledge possible. Without the sun, the prisoners would not be able to see the shadows, let alone the objects that cast them. Similarly, without knowledge of the good, one cannot fully grasp the truth of the other forms. Republic 517b, 518a. Conclusion. The continuing legacy of the allegory of the cave. Plato's allegory of the cave remains one of the most powerful and thought-provoking metaphors in the history of philosophy. It challenges us to question our assumptions, seek truth beyond appearances, and recognize the importance of critical thinking in the pursuit of knowledge. The allegory is not only a metaphor for education, but also a call to intellectual courage and self-awareness. A reminder that the journey toward truth is difficult but necessary. As we conclude this lecture, let us reflect on our own lives and consider, are we still trapped in the cave, mistaking shadows for reality? Or are we willing to embark on the difficult journey toward the light of truth? For Plato, this journey is the essence of philosophy, and it is one that each of us must undertake if we are to live fully informed and meaningful lives.